Thanks for joining us for another episode of Love, Merge, and Everything in Between Countertop Talk. I'm Chef Shan.
I'm Mr. Official, and this is episode 37. Thank you for joining us.
Let's go.
So, it's Christmas season. This is Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to ask you how your week was because Christmas, I think everybody is running behind on Christmas. But you happy to be here? Christmas Eve? You feel like you're ready?
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be here. You and our son saved Christmas.
Boy.
Because Christmas was canceled. Christmas was canceled. I had a rough week. My mother's birthday is December 21st. She's no longer here. R.I.P. Jasmine.
Rest in peace, Mama Jazz.
Yeah, so it was hard for me this week. This was her favorite time of the year.
It does seem it was more difficult than previous years this year for you.
Yeah, and I was trying to just have some time alone to just gauge on why. And something that did come to my mind is that, when the kids was younger, my energy was on them. So it's just I really, just focus on them, their Christmas, their smiles. And, now they're older. So It's just
But this is a good time because now you can get them things like t-shirts, socks, underwear. You can go to Target's van, Walmart, wherever, and you done. You got some colognes, gift cards.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, when they're younger, parents get joy into, watching their kids open up their gifts and just seeing smiles on their faces. So when you have older kids, they just want money and gift cards. So it's just that thrill really is no longer there. And it's just oh man, it makes me reflect about the time I had growing up with my mother. It was just a big deal. We watched movies. We had to do this dance routine with the Temptations. And it was just a big deal for Christmas.
Yeah.
And with our boys, our young men or whatever, it's we can't even get them to have matching PJs. It's just come on.
I mean,
Let's get it.
I know you bought it, but I was I can't wait to see how she pulled this off. But
well, I guess God knew in the Christmas angels because our delivery didn't come how it should.
So who PJs are in there? I saw one pack.
One is yours that came, right?
Okay.
The other one was the wrong one, and then the other two is missing.
Wow.
So yeah, and the one that came for you, it looks like it's too small. So yeah.
Well, we bring it. Well, I think for the most part we save Christmas. I love this time of the year. One to kind of just shut down, slow down. Mm-hmm. But I like the smell of pine cones. Mm-hmm. I like the lights. I think we did well with our, the house looks great, even though it's not shown really in our frame. But I got some ideas for the night. I got a dessert menu. I got some reindeer games that we gonna play.
Our reindeer games.
We gonna watch one of my favorite movies. I haven't watched it yet this year.
Tonight? I don't want to watch it tonight.
I don't want to watch that movie with me. I watch all these shows and every year you find a way not to watch that movie. Why don't you like A Christmas Story?
We watch it on Christmas, but I don't want to watch it on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
It's
so you gonna watch it tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll watch it tomorrow.
Okay.
Normally, I'm doing something while it's
after the games. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see. So first thought this week, as we were kind of making moves, trying to save Christmas and everything, it came to my mind that I remember when we were younger, older people always say they grew up during the best time with music. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't find anything to listen. I was trying my best to find something from this generation, to listen to this era. And music is dead. So I found myself listening to, driving around. I was listening to Marvin Gaye yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marvin Gaye.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah, not a bad pick at all. But just had me thinking like, what are you listening to when you're in your mode of like, you got stopping at this store, you got to make a run here, and you just need, what are you listening to? Because Marvin Gaye kind of got me through it, but what are you listening to right now? Outside of podcasts, music.
Music wise, I actually been listening to like a lot of jazz, and I've been listening to old neo soul, like a lot of Jill Scott,
Okay.
Music Soul Child, Erykah Badu. I've been listening to a lot of that type of music.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that either.
Yeah. What else? Sade. I even turned on some Faith, watching all of that reckoning stuff.
yeah.
I was like, Bad Boy was hot. So I've been listening to Faith, Mary. So I just been listening to old music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the move right now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But for the holidays, for me, I like, TLC, Mariah Carey, Luther Vandross.
Of course.
Chris Brown.
You got to start with Chris Brown this Christmas. Got to start with that.
Yeah, so, we got a nice little rotation. I made a little Christmas playlist. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight.
Absolutely. So, this is our Christmas episode. We wanted to make it a little festive. So we asked that everybody put a champagne glass or a glass of wine in the comments. Hopefully you have a drink safely this holiday season with your family and do it responsibly. But before we get into it, you want to have a glass, have a toast to
Absolutely
the holiday season?
Let's do it.
You're not going to act up now, are you?
I'm just going to keep my head down until you.
For all of our subbies that have watched this previously, you know that she doesn't do well with the opening of champagne. Why is that? You want to tell us a story, how you got to this point? There's always a story to a story.
Maybe something with my older sister.
You can't keep blaming everything that you might have a fear of on your older sister. I know she did not have any incidents with champagne.
Back in the day, when you had an older sister, little sister, or just an older sibling, little sibling scenario, back in the day, they used to terrorize the little sister.
Yeah,
or
but
the little sibling.
Everything that you might have had experience with.
They used to terrorize me. Maybe I got hit in the head with something. I don't know.
It tripped me out. It just don't stop. So what we got on the docket this week?
So we got a lot of topics on the docket, and we're just going to have fun with it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you a few things because, I'm like the...
I want to get the wine out your view.
Okay.
So they can see that beautiful face while you're speaking.
Oh, thank you. So my first question for you, I'm going to ask you, has the meaning of Christmas changed for you as a husband and as a father?
That's a good question. Maybe. I guess I look at it two ways. I still enjoy this season. I do not really believe in to celebrate people, we have to get them gifts, but I still do it. You get what I'm saying? Because looking at how the world has like commercialized Christmas, that's the part, now knowing more is like, I really don't really agree with that. Mm-hmm. But when you got great nieces, great nephews, things like that, it's kind of hard to push that mindset onto them so young. So that's it.
What would you say? I would say, from my point of view, your Christmas season is very light compared to how it used to be.
Oh, yes.
Because early on, as a husband, you had to bring it in hot and heavy.
Man, yes. Yes.
I'll bother you now.
I earned these days because in the early days, you were pressure before pressure was pressure. And those lists were like crazy.
Yeah, and also I remember our first Christmas. See, I didn't understand then that you had OCD.
Let's have a toast.
Oh, yeah.
Toast to memories and holidays.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know you had OCD back then. And like I told you that I didn't like something and you would go out right then and there. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to the store. Like, why are you leaving now?
And it was a snowstorm
Like,
because
why are you leaving?
I remember that year, and I think I left. What did I? You wasn't really into jewelry when we first got together. You were into bags, and the jewelry you really wanted. Like it was a Tiffany's bangle. I kept calling the bangle to die for. So I think,
but the jewelry you got me then, I probably would adore now.
Yes.
It was like older lady jewelry.
It wasn't older lady.
It was older lady jewelry.
No.
It was not jewelry for no 23-year-old.
No, I remember because you still.
Come on, it wasn't.
You still have one of the sets, which was like onyx, platinum, and diamonds for the choker. The earrings were onyx.
I still have it, and I love it now. But at the age of 23, like, yo, where's the Tiffany's? But we laugh about it now. But it was definitely a beautiful set. It was just that
nice.
It just wasn't for my age at that time. But I definitely wear it now. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I will say I'm very thankful for the days now because we said a few years ago, like we really don't exchange gifts on Christmas because we're thankful that Christmas is every day.
Right.
As cheesy as that sounds, that's how we really feel.
And it really is. I know it may sound cheesy, but it really is. If I want to get my husband something, I just get it. I don't wait for Christmas.
So I'm thankful I was able to hang in there because the first 5 years, 10 years was pressure, but we got through it.
Yeah, we did, but it's just like, it's the mindset of, okay, Christmas, how you coming, because that was the thing. Okay, Christmas, my man got me this.
But I will say, I've always gotten my best gifts from you. You get very, very good. I'm not even going to say Christmas gifts. You get very good gifts. So it didn't really irk me early on when we were married because you did want a lot, right? But you also got me things I didn't know that I wanted or needed. And that's what I like because, even though I was like, babe, don't get me enough. I always say, babe, don't get me anything. But then I got to the point where it's like, you lying. Because I wanted your gifts, but I didn't want you to feel the pressure that I felt, hoping you would take some pressure off of me, right? But you've always gotten nice gifts, so it's been a fair trade-off, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So right now, at our big age, we just make sure our young men is good, make sure that they have what they need for Christmas, and that's what it is. But I'm glad that you did save Christmas because it was really rough. Our dog actually chewed through our old Christmas tree. So we said we was going to go get a new Christmas tree, but our schedule was so busy. So our youngest son was like, it is just like no Christmas effects up in this house. What is going on?
Well, that was this is what happened. We were ahead of Christmas, but then when we heard from the Rockets, that kind of threw our schedule off.
Yeah, and then we had another private event right after that. Then we had another private event. So it was just, it was crazy.
So then, until yesterday, we didn't have anything in the house. The lights outside of our house, we can change the colors to any color we want. So that's looking a little Christmassy, I would say.
Yeah, didn't get our nails done.
We didn't do that. So, but when you came into the house, before yesterday, we didn't have anything, but we making it now. Yeah, we making it now.
Lit.
We
it's
are
lit.
we in the green, as they say, right? So
okay. So my next question, and you kind of answer this, but do men feel holiday pressure differently than women?
Oh boy, that's a great question. Yes,
I would say yes for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I would say yes for sure because it's like gifts. I be tripping when I see like certain couples where it's though the man go all out and then the woman gives the man a tie.
That's most of the time
or some corny shit like that. Like I would never.
Yeah, that and I think that's why I didn't feel bad about the pressure. We laugh about it, but it was all love because I like seeing you smile, right? But your list was always outlandish, but you always got great gifts. So I remember like that year I was talking to my buddy that I kind of reconnected with. And this is early on. I think this was our first Christmas. And I think this was maybe his first Christmas with his fiance. But we were just catching up from like years of not really communicating. And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, my girl. He told me everything about his girl. He gave us some money. I think he got a coat. I think he got us some boots. And that was a decent start. Like I think that was fair. And he was like, yeah, my girl got me Madden. And it was something else I couldn't remember. And then he was like, what you get? Because I never really speak about what I had unless somebody asks about it. And I think that was the year you got me a leather coat. You got me some 7 jeans. You got me some Gucci shoes. Mm-hmm. And it was something else.
Like some cologne or something.
And some cologne. And homie ain't holler at me after that. It was like, you messed up my relationships. I don't know. We weren't where we were years ago. We were kind of reconnected, but I don't know what happened. But after we talked about what we got for Christmas, I didn't hear from him anymore. But
that's funny.
I just think that's an example of, I do think sometimes women be pushing it to the limit and then they don't go out how they should. Right. With the guys.
Yeah. So what would you say to someone that's dreading Christmas instead of celebrating it?
Man, that's a tough one. I would just say you got to just lean on to what you believe, because people may be feeling that for different reasons. I know a lot of people dealing with missing loved ones that are not here. You have people that are dealing with they're not being in a relationship, and then you have people that are dealing with wanting to do more for people but not having it.
Right.
So I guess what I would say is just focus on the controllables and don't allow the uncontrollables to alter, your attitude, your spirit, your joy. Find something to smile about, even if it's you in your own place with popcorn and watching movies. You got a place. You got the means to buy popcorn and you got the means of Netflix. So lean on to something that's going to make you smile and bring you joy.
And that's good advice. And yeah, I do. And you actually have helped me out a lot this holiday season, just with you saying, I got to save Christmas. You was like, I got to save Christmas.
Save Christmas.
And, we went out. So we're in Texas. The weather's beautiful.
80 degrees.
Yeah, so we were out. We was just like having fun. We was tripping. We just had a good time just being out.
We was low key ghetto too, because we all up in hobby. Like, can we get the display tree? Because I don't like putting things together. You put things together, and you're like, babe, it's only like 3 parts, 3 holes you put into it. So, that was cool. The ladies looking like, what? Yes. But I will grab a display and pay more for a display in a minute if it means that I don't have to put it together. But I had fun.
Yeah, and it was hot outside. I was sweating. You was like, yo, go to the car. You was a mess.
Yeah, because like you were trying to help me, but like really wasn't helping me. Then I'm like, babe, we need a mistletoe. And you picking up all these items. And I'm like, that is not a mistletoe. You had a wreath. You had just like a strip. And I'm like, I don't understand how your sister and your mother go all out for Christmas and you didn't know what a mistletoe. I mean, like, I was like, babe, you were like sweating, and you don't sweat. But we didn't eat all day. It was like you were sweating. So I was like, babe, just go to the car. I got it. But you tried. You tried your little heart out, but
I did.
You were not a help.
I did try, but I had fun, and that actually brought me out of my little funk of a mood I was in.
Yeah.
And everybody that we ran into, like cashiers, things like that, store employees, was pleasant.
Right.
So it was a good vibe.
But I will say something we learned, and I'm sure some of y'all have experienced. This is the first year that we did all our Christmas shopping for the house December the 22nd. But we needed to stock up on some things also. So the deals were crazy.
Yeah, 60% off.
We got some real nice items, 60% off. So the plan is to go back to Hobby Lobby after Christmas.
Yes.
And get even more things because I mean, we cleaned up for a very little bit of money for a lot of items that we needed for the house going forward. So that was a blessing. Kind of worked.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to go into family, in-laws, and traditions. Okay, so how do couples decide where to spend Christmas?
Who got the best food? Who family got the best?
Yeah, but what if both families cook very well? So we ran into this dilemma early on in our relationship where as though we would go to one family first and then go to the other family, and we was miserable because we both wanted to like stay longer at our own family house and we hated
That's
to
hard,
leave. Yeah, so it's just like we never did find the rhythm of that. We kind of just started hosting, so everybody would come to our house and we could see everybody or whatever. But that was very difficult for me.
It was.
Yeah, and it was very difficult for you too.
It was, because see, my mother is the one that cooks on my side. And with her attitude is going to be crazy if you're not there to eat on time. She wants all her kids and their families to eat. It was like 6:00. So if somebody were late, that would throw everything off.
Right.
For your side, it was just like lit. The party really started the day before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we kind of both knew it was more live over your side. And your family can cook. But also my mother can cook too.
Yeah, she can.
But it's just a matter of if one of my siblings isn't there on time, it's going to change the whole trajectory of the evening, because she's big on that. And I understand, let me just say this from an older person. I try to help my mother understand, like, everybody has families.
Right.
Kids, so it's like really Christmas was really about rushing for us.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, go ahead.
It wasn't good. So I would suggest to couples, families, maybe do one family Thanksgiving, one family Christmas, so you could really be locked in and spend that time with the family because honestly,
hard.
It was hard splitting up our time. It was like, and then I just remember my mother face at the door, we leaving. She would look so sad. And it's like, my mother not here no more. And it's just like, damn, that one holiday, I could have stayed longer. It was a disaster.
I think that's fair, but I don't know that it would work. Like if you we'll do your family Thanksgiving, my family, because then in today's time, you got social media. So you looking at your sister's story, your niece story, and you like wishing you were there. Then that something might pop off with you and your spouse because you mad that you over there and you wish you was here. So
what?
The only thing I think you can do is what we did as hosts. Because when we did host, we brought them out.
Yeah.
We brought them out.
We had fun.
Yeah, we brought them out.
Yeah. So that would be the resolution. You have to host.
I think that's the best. Share your resolution, but I think that's the best.
Okay. So what is one family tradition you had to adjust to after marriage? I guess we already answered that. That would be, splitting time. Or do you have something else?
Tradition?
Yeah. Like your tradition was spending time with your mom. You would watch the game because I got to be settled so I could watch the game. You would be at your mom's house.
Yeah, I think we did answer, but like the tradition was broke because I couldn't even enjoy games on holidays because we were splitting the time up.
Yeah, it's like halftime. Okay, let's load up.
Yeah.
We driving from West Baltimore to East Baltimore.
But it wasn't enjoyable. The one thing that we discussed this in a previous episode is that, but it's no different from you hosting, but just having a big hall and having everybody come. Because I think we talked about that one year. I don't know. I can't remember what occurred where we didn't do it. But we always had enough space in our homes. We had enough space. But initially we were talking about a hall and just everybody coming, but we couldn't make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. Should couples ever split holidays? I say split holidays, yes. Like one Thanksgiving, one Christmas. You say no.
I say no.
You say no.
I think it's going to cause issues with social media. I mean, Imagine sitting in my mother's house and you watching your stories and of all your family taking shots, eating food, dancing, joking. You're not going to be in the same space. You're not going to be present with me.
I would.
Yeah. So I think that can lead to bigger problems. And then your family, like, why you not here? We've always, it's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to be in. Okay, what makes you feel most loved during the holidays?
When you good, my sons are good. The positive noise in the house of like music, pots, pans, the aroma of food, I'm good. That's it.
For me, I would say kind of similar. But my thing, I like watching movies and everything. So when all of us, it's just, we wind down, we're all together, we're watching movies, or we're playing games.
Pac-Man.
We're just, we're just tripping. That just having that quality time, it's priceless. It's memories being created. That's my favorite time when we're just locked in, just watching a movie, playing a game, just tripping.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have that tonight. What else you got?
This is a good one. And I'll answer first. Is presence more important than presence? Okay.
Right. Presence with the ENTS at the end more important than presence being available.
Yeah. So having a presence for me is always more important than having a gift. Just having the presence of family,
Right.
you, the boys, us just being together and we're all locked in. It's family time. Nobody's on their phone. Nobody's distracted. We're just locked in together.
Absolutely. I'm gonna absolutely say I would rather presence than gifts because I just rather that time. I'm big on relationships. So I would rather continue to build a relationship with whomever, than getting something. I definitely appreciate the gesture of somebody wanting to use their resources to get me something. But, I tell you all the time, as long as I can watch basketball, I'm good. Like I'm very simple. So I would definitely say presence is important, but I don't know, the world we're in, we were talking today, like going into the stores, like people going into stores, it's like zombies.
Yeah,
we have been groomed to
just
spend and purchase and buy.
Yeah.
And you never understood it when we were younger, but like older folk would always say, you got to live after Christmas. So I do love how, being older now, like January is not stressful because, younger, you kind of overextend yourself.
Yeah, you do.
And then you like, I just figure I figure it out in the new year.
That's true. Okay, so what new traditions do you want us to keep forever? So any
new traditions?
Yeah, any new traditions that we have made since moving to Texas. We've been here for 3 years. Anything that you think you like that you want to keep?
I like that we're going out to dinner tomorrow. Because even though we've cooked for a lot of years, for a lot of people, the majority of the cooking is what you do. And even though I know that's your love language is making sure me and our young men are good and family, I love that we're going to be able to watch basketball tomorrow, put on clothes, go eat, and come back home. I think I'm going to keep that. And I never thought that I could enjoy Christmas in a warm climate. I know we went to Jamaica one year for Christmas during COVID, and that was pretty cool.
That was fun.
Yeah, but I think I always want to be somewhere where it's warm. Because the last week it's been like 80, 85 degrees in Texas.
Yes, we've been outside.
And in Maryland, it's like, you got the Sherlin on.
You be inside.
Yeah, you got the scarf on, the Scully, but I always want to be somewhere warm. And I definitely want us to go out and I think it's worth just paying somebody to go eat. or cater
Yeah.
something.
So for me, this will be our first year going out to eat. So I'm gonna see how that pans out. Prayerfully everything pans out very well. But as far as the weather, that is a tradition that I love now. Just being in a warm climate for Christmas. And I never thought I would like that because you're conditioned from being up north. Okay, Christmas is synonymous with snow, cold weather, you know?
So I'm gonna put it out there. I think next year I want to have a Christmas party in Houston. Since I was able to save Christmas this year when our back was against the wall, I'm feeling more confident than ever. And I'm claiming it next year. I want to have a very well thought out Christmas party where everything is handled and settled before Halloween. The theme, the invitations, I want somebody to cater it. It's going to be catered. We're going to play what's the game we used to play? The Chinese gift exchange?
Yeah.
Smaller tree, all these random gifts. I'm bringing it back to Houston next year.
I like that. That sounds dope.
Yep.
Okay, so what traditions from your childhood would you not bring into our lifestyle, our home?
From a child?
Yeah, so like something that you did growing up as a child for the holidays that you hated, which you definitely would not want to carry on that tradition. I'll go first while you think of that. So for me, it's been like a tradition in my family that it doesn't matter that we started cooking the day before, we always eat like around 6 p.m., 7. And I hate that. Now, when we have holiday dinner in Baton Rouge, when we went down there like with my uncle, they always eat at 3 p.m.
Right.
And that's something that up north we never have been able to accomplish, no matter how
it was
far
getting later and later. It was getting late. We was eating, seemed like at midnight at one point. Like it was getting crazy.
It was one Thanksgiving. It was late as I don't know what.
I think we ate like 9:30.
It was just like my brother was pissed off. He was like, "This is some ghetto shit." Did he say shit? But he was so mad.
He went off because he don't curse, but if he do, it's going to be. He
was so mad. He was like, "This is so ghetto."
Yeah, that was Thanksgiving. I think we ate it like 9:30 that year.
That was crazy. So that is one tradition that I'm not down with. I like eating dinner early, latest 5 p.m. But yeah. So I would say that's mine.
Traditions, I can't, because I always loved the holidays. So for me, it was like, as long as we had family and food, I was good.
Were you able to bring people over young? Like for dinner? Or was
like
it
girlfriends?
No, just like a homeboy or somebody like that? Or was it a type shit?
Oh, okay. No.
Like you can't bring nobody over. It's just.
No, my mother was open, but I really didn't have anybody to fit the bill except maybe, somebody that I was dating at the time. But I guess the only tradition I would get rid of, my mother was intentional every year. I don't know why. Getting that little cranberry in a can and like
I hate that.
I hated just seeing it. It's like, why is this here? But that was like a must for her. And so that would be it.
Yeah, cranberry in a can. That's in every black household.
And you slice it, and every year I just never understood, like, 3 people are eating this. Why do you keep getting this? And then my mother made my plates. She made my plates for a minute, and she would just like put it on there, and it used to frustrate me because she would always put it near the stuffing. And
so when did she start making your plate?
Probably when I got with you.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And you always got something slick to say when I make one of the boys' plate. Oh, they can make their own plate. Look at you. Look at you. Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't need you to say anything about me and my boys. You don't need to be making
different.
it. You don't need to be making their plate.
It's different.
If she's still making your plate, you in college, grown, and all of that.
Yeah, she was making it. She was making it for a while.
Okay, so this is something I think we can have some fun with. So, how long should you be dating before you spend Christmas together? So we spend Christmas together.
Don't go off of us.
Yeah, very quickly. So
We was
yeah,
together. Thanksgiving is kind of like what we say is our real anniversary.
yeah, but we was together what in September? We started talking in September.
You think so?
Or you was what do you think?
I think it was. Everything was quick.
Yeah, it was
may have been
very
the end of October.
Okay. Yeah, it was very quick.
It may have been November because in November
No, it wasn't November because you
what?
we were talking on the phone. We was going out on dates, and then
Early November. It was quick.
Yeah.
It was quick because I was sizing you up for a minute. You were sizing me up.
Yes, I would just say, feel that person out before you bring them around your family for sure. Make sure they're going to be sticking around.
But when you know too.
Absolutely. If you know, you know.
Because I don't think I've ever brought anyone around my family that quick. And I would say you probably haven't either. You're very private.
No. She was the first person I brought around.
Yeah. So when you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't, this day and time, you can't just have folk around your family. You've known them a few weeks. Like all the things we did is what people should not do. Like we are thankful that we made it because, again,
God was with us.
We were exclusive Thanksgiving of 03. April of 04, we went to Los Angeles and I proposed to you. August of 04, we got married.
Yeah.
And our families was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, they were.
January of 05, we had our oldest son. So don't do anything that we did. God is great because we made it. And I think we both knew, looking back, but I don't think we would give our children advice to do what we did because it was risky.
Yeah, very risky. And, I'm just appreciative that everything worked out.
I'm appreciative too.
Yes.
I'm appreciative too.
So we was watching, I don't know if people ever watched YouTube Kendra G, but we was watching the Kendra G on YouTube. And one of her guests was talking about how she doesn't want to meet somebody that she's dating, mother, because the mother's always keep in contact with the ex. And, want to be buddy with the ex. So, I don't like to really get involved in having a relationship with somebody I'm dealing with, mother. So the next question on my list is, should someone's ex be allowed to come to the family Christmas dinner?
Heck no. I wish an old Negro would that you previously dated.
But what if your let's use you for an example. What if
I
your
wouldn't allow it.
What if your mother
My
like
mother wouldn't do that.
I'm still friends with her. I'm still friends with her. This is my house. This is my house. You know mothers will rock this my house. I can invite who I want.
But I'm gonna tell you this. My mother would not do that because she know one thing about my mother, she's very protective of me, but at the same time, there are boundaries she won't cross. And I know for a fact she would never do that. Now, I have heard of that. I have heard of exes having a past showing up to dinner and it's like, oh, she's a part of the family.
Yeah, she's a part of the family.
That's very, very inappropriate.
Isn't it?
Very inappropriate.
That's very inappropriate.
But I think people living with it like they were here first. I look at them like a child. That tells a spouse you'll never have a chance.
Yeah, and then what does the partner say? Well, I told my mother, but
it put the partner in a bad situation.
Yeah,
because
that's crazy.
You looking at it like, why would you allow this? But like you said, old people will rock in a heartbeat. This is my house.
They will.
and what do you say to that?
Yeah, they will.
So.
They will.
Thankfully, that never happened on either end.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. We we kind of talked about that. My next question is Christmas a bad time to introduce a new partner to the family? I think it's the best time to introduce a partner to the family. That way you can just see how people interact because, family members are going to ask questions that you're not going to ask. So just, have somebody that you're dating in a situation to answer a couple of questions, see how they handle it. I like that.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea if you want to break up with the person. I think that is a horrible idea.
What?
Yes, because if you're going to bring somebody around your family for the first time on a holiday, it's up. People are drinking. People are.
You with me? I met your family the first time during the holiday.
Nah.
That was the first time.
Okay. I'm still going to say I was 24 at the time. I'm gonna say it's a bad idea.
Okay.
Because one, people are drinking. On the other hand, people feel like, especially women, they feel like that's their time to gang up. And you have some women it's just like not for that. Like, I'm new, dating your brother, your son, or whatever. I know you're getting to know me, but don't play with me. You get what I'm saying? I think you're kind of throwing them in a lion's den to meet your family for the first time. So what you do? Okay, yeah, and what else you got? And you're feeling interrogated and attacked. Your family did that to me, but it was cool.
Yeah, my family definitely going to interrogate you.
Yeah, but everybody not for that.
Yeah, but you handled everything well. You gotta. I think it's a great idea because you have to see how people handle pressure.
And in 2025. 2026, that is a horrible idea. Do not do it because people's temperament is different now than they were in 2003 when we were doing that. You heard the girl on Kendra G, she's like, I'm not playing with him. She was like, I don't trust no dude I'm dating mother because she's still in contact with the guy. Don't play with me. The sister, like people got a lot of different things going on in 25 that wasn't occurring in 2003. So I would say that is a bad idea for this time. I gotta disagree with you, babe. I'm sorry.
I think it's a good idea. Okay, so going into the holiday seasons. Okay, we did ask that to introduce your new partner. Okay, what's one reminder couples need to hear heading into the new year? So this could be like, I don't know. You want to say that for your final thought?
No, we can talk about it. I would just think I think you should always begin and end with you love them. But I would say going into the new year, just letting them know that's always assuring them that this year is going to be even better than last year, and we always have to have that mindset it's going to be better because the world will always give you a reason to say it's not. So we're both big in the power of the tongue manifesting. I love you. This year is going to be better than last year. And I love you. We're going to do this together. I think that's a great message.
Okay. I agree. For me, I would say just communicate that the both of you are a team and you guys are just going to lock in even harder for the new year. Cause I'm telling you, 4 hands is always going to be better than 2 hands. So just confirming that and just knowing that this new year, whatever we up against, as long as we're together as a team, we can conquer it.
We got it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a final thought right there.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a final thought. So we truly appreciate 2025 has been big for us. We say so often that one of our biggest things to get off the vision board was having a podcast. We thank all 135 of you for subscribing to our channel. We're just 2 people that have been in love for 20 plus years, and we believe in Black love. We believe in family. We believe in wealth for our communities. And we have this idea that the world can be a better place than what it is right now. But there's still good people out here. Love on your family, love on your loved ones, and be thankful for today and be thankful for tomorrow because our future is not promised. So, lock in on those things that's important to you. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, and always have a positive mindset with everything you do. So until next time, please, please, please keep dreaming, because when you stop dreaming, you stop growing.
Be safe, be blessed, enjoy your Christmas holiday, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.